All right, here we go. We are live. That thing goes live instantly.
Yep.
Like you hit that button, it's already there.
Got the notification.
Yeah, it is. Here we go. Let me turn this down. No notifications. Share, 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 share. Share, share. Share. Share there, share there. Share everywhere. All right, do we got it? Perfect. 10 viewers already. Here we go, Ross. So here we are. We are officially 10 days away from 9-man nationals. Live beginning at 8 a.m. that Friday morning. Coverage to be announced later on. I'll tell you, Ross, what a year of flag football it has been.
Right.
And I feel like everyone's experience in 2020 was different. It wasn't like any other year where you go out, you do your tournaments like AC, OC, Virginia Beach, Albany,
Right.
Charm City, Rhode Island, Capital Class. Wow. We lost a lot.
Yeah.
Just talk about like a whole different experience compared to what we went down in 2019, our first year on the circuit. And I feel like, though, I think everyone's different experiences, I feel like helps prepare them for nationals some way or another.
Oh, works out fast.
Yes, it does.
I can't wait, man.
I can't wait either. And we're going to look at the B bracket tonight, but we're going to look at it in the perspective of regions because flag football, at least in the B level, was very regional this year.
Yeah.
We had the DMV, they played in their leagues. We had St. Louis League. You had the GCFFA Corona Classic. The question is, what about the South? Like teams like that Miami's team, No Excuses, I think they're called, or the Birmingham Heat, or the Bahamas Alliance. What have they played this year? Have they gotten 9-man in?
Right.
Because you think about it, everyone's experience has been different. Like we here in the 4th state, we started scrimmages in May. We were back on the field quick, depending on what part of Maryland you were in.
Depending on what part of wherever.
Yeah. We managed to have fully officiated games by July. At least on our end of Maryland. In other parts, they weren't so fortunate.
That's been the best part. One of the best parts. Around here, at least the officials have been
Officials are always available.
always down for it. So.
Yeah, and we had a lot of good facilities this year in the 4th state. But, not everybody had that experience this year in flag football. Some people didn't play 9-man at all this year. They've been off playing other styles. They've been playing 8-man. They've been playing 5-man. They've been playing 4-man, 7-man, some even 6-man. Others, maybe they snuck their way onto a semi-pro 11-man team. It's just really been where you are that I feel like has shaped what your experience this year in the flag football community was. I feel like we in the DMV were very fortunate to have not just leagues, but we had a tournament with Clash of York. That was a pretty big deal.
Right.
Up north they had the Corona Classics, but unfortunately they weren't able to finish the second one because Corona. And then you look at St. Louis, they don't do many tournaments, if any, outside of nationals. You don't really see many St. Louis teams venture off. And so tonight we're going to take a look at what everybody has been doing across the country. As said, with us, we've had exhibitions, we've had tournaments, we've had seasons. But as I mentioned, for everyone else, it's been different.
Right. St. Louis.
For,
They've had some football out there, though.
they've had their season, yeah. That's the thing. They had leagues. They had a 9-man leagues in St. Louis. That's something that up north, I don't believe any 9-man leagues operated whatsoever. I never heard of any. GCFFA ran tournaments, but it wasn't a true season. Around here, OMFFL played. MAFL played despite almost not being able to play. Washington County was up. KFFL was up. It all depends on where you've been that I feel like has shaped your experience, because 2020 it was a hard year with COVID and all that, and for a lot of people, like, this will be their first time playing with their team come nationals. And on terms of teams themselves, I don't think anybody knows what to expect from the competition, because when you take a look at this event, DFFL did 9-man this year, Deuce? Okay. That I wasn't sure of. All right, cool. No, that's good. That's good that they managed to get that off, because I didn't know if anyone was actually operating up there. We'll talk to Deuce a little later on. But right now, joining us from St. Louis are 2 men who helped find Real Deal Sports, Mr. Preston Shivers and James Ward. If we can connect them on. Says connecting right now. Accepted the call. See what
Jamie Wilson. This was a year ago in A division.
I agree with that. We'll actually have more on that tomorrow night when we do the A show.
Yeah, that's interesting too.
Yeah, no, I agree, because like the A division's even more weird. Because at the very least, a lot of the B teams, I think, have played significantly more games than A teams in general. As we're trying to get James and Preston on, it says connecting still. See what's going on there. Maybe a service issue out that way. Send a request. I got you on, man. See what's going on. Trying to see if I can get it to work. Just says connecting. I sent out the invite on there. It says you're all connecting on here. If that's your iPhone, that is. I think you're the one who has the link so far. Here, let me kick you out and try to rejoin again. Let me go ahead, send that link again. Sorry about that, guys.
It'd be like that sometimes. We always need to make it work, though.
That's why I edit these episodes later on. It happens. But like as mentioned, yeah, this would have been a good year to play in A. Because like you think, because we'll get to that more tomorrow night, but like A has played even less. Really, yeah, like really, Corona Classic 1 was the closest thing you'll find to an actual A tournament this year. Even then, it had B teams in it. Corona 2, it did have A and B bracket split, but of course, we didn't get a final result.
Right.
Clash of York, like I said, that was more or less a B tournament, in my opinion, when you look at the teams in it. But everybody went out there and played. I mean, you did have A teams like Aftermath and Scorpions. You had teams that had some A talent on there. For the most part, though, it's a B-level tournament. Renegades were the ones who won that one. They defeated Aftermath in the championship. as
Yeah, that was cool. That's a cool turn.
that was a good one. I actually just got done.
Up or-
Yeah, that was a good time. We'll have more on that a little later on. I actually just got done editing that video the other day, or just, when I say the other day, I mean earlier today. And what a game that was. Yeah, we're gonna have that up Sunday morning. I'm gonna have that game up. Renegades Aftermath from the Clash of York tournament. Really awesome game. Really looking forward to getting that out there. Renegades, like I said, they're the team to look out for in the DMV right now. And trying to get them on. Yeah. See what we can do. Trying to get James and Preston on. But let's talk a little about St. Louis real quick. St. Louis 9-man. They're known in the flag football community, but not a lot of people see them for the most part. Who do I got winning B? I will not make a prediction till next week. We're going to do some predictions next week.
we're just gonna do a full rundown.
Yeah, we're going to do a full rundown of the games on Saturday and Sunday next, I want to say Tuesday night. I'm working on it. Depends on when that 5-man schedule comes out because we still got to do that 5-man show. But
Still trying to have it.
yeah, I'm going to see. I don't know. They're saying they're having a hard time connecting. I know that they had issues last night too. A couple guys did when they tried calling in. Let me
One top 5.
yeah, let me see if I can do the recap of the top 5. I could do the recap. I can do the recap. Let's do it next week actually. So I'm trying to see if I can get a hold of somebody real quick. Trying to work this out. But Preston is entered. All right, let me see if I can get him in the room. Did I get this to work? See if we got him on. We finally got him on, I think. Fellas, you there? See if we can get him. Apologies for that, gentlemen. Technical difficulties tend to just happen. Sounds like I pressed it on. I see y'all. Can I hear y'all though? I think the audio is going to kick in a second. Hold on. Y'all got the microphone on that end? It says connecting. Come on, Preston. There we go. I see you now. It's got you muted right now, man.
All right.
There we go.
Finally.
Perfect. We got it.
Yeah, my fault.
It's all right,
Well,
guys.
definitely
All
more.
right.
Nah, you good. You good. First time going on Zoom, really more
About
so.
to turn this way.
Yeah, we more used
There
to
we go.
live.
Yeah.
But we here though. We here, man. We here. We glad to be on, man. Glad to give you some insight on the things that's been going on in the St. Louis area, bro. Most definitely.
There we go. Get some light.
Yeah. Most definitely looking forward to work with you come nationals, man, and just get this show on the road. You can prop it up.
Man, I am really looking forward to it. You guys were a big help last year. Real Deal Sports provided a lot of film for the World's Tournament last year we did. A lot of it will be used on the upcoming documentary we have coming out this Friday on the tournament. It should be out around 6 a.m. Friday morning. It's going to drop. It's looking good. You guys do wonderful work in St. Louis. Love the stuff y'all do, a real deal. Tell us, for the viewers who don't know, how'd y'all get started?
Man, basically, man.
Man, it was like so long ago. It was just started as just a sports group for real, just talking about general sports, honestly. And then, you know, then we had started playing pickup at the local park, Forest Park, biggest park in St. Louis. Started playing pickup there. Ran into some flag football guys, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, basically, man. We just really got into the flag football world and just have grown over the years with it, and I've developing a media scene here, and just becoming some of the key guys trying to get a name out here in the country and get really everybody connected to let people know what's been going on in the world of flag football.
I like it, man. I like it a lot. I think I've said before, you guys, what you all do right there is something like we try to do up here in the 4-state, man, trying to grow what is an area flag football in this area that already has proven that it loves the game, has embraced it. And I'll tell you, we need to really make it happen sometime where y'all come to the 4-state, we go to St. Louis, we'll cover a week, you'll cover a week. I think it'd be lit. I think it'd be legit. I would love that.
No question.
It's funny. We was just talking to Dimitri about that.
Nice.
Just talking about that. Yeah, so that's definitely gonna happen. Hopefully, AC can start back up in March. Like get those tournaments, the order of the tournaments back going, pending COVID and all. But I'm hoping so. I do want to come out there.
I hope at the very least we get Ocean City. My birthday will be that weekend. That'd be a great way to spend time out there with y'all.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Get those
y'all should definitely come to Ocean City. We're gonna have a big party.
I wouldn't mind going.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I've never been, so I definitely want to get out that way.
Hit up all the tournaments you can, man. I've been to all of them except for the ones up north. I've covered all the DMVs. I've been to Worlds, / Nationals, which we're back to finally. It's been a great time traveling the last couple of years. But a lot of people, I'll tell you though, a lot of people, they don't really know much about St. Louis outside of when they play them come Nationals time. We saw last year what the NTB Wolfpack did when they made a huge run getting to the championship game in thrilling fashion. All 4 of their games came down to the final play. The Combined Forces game, a missed field goal at the end. The AFN game, missed field goal at the end. The Nomads game, they came back down 13-0. And of course, we look back at the game in the championship, just 1 point short of Scorpions. We also saw NTB won St. Louis 9-man this year. How are they looking going into this Nationals as they look to try to get back to the championship game?
I think people in the country know, us here in St. Louis know they are the gold standard in flag football here. Very, very talented ball club. They should be one of the favorites to win the B championship. And I'm not being biased, just saying that because I'm from St. Louis, but they really, really have a really good ball club that they put together. A lot of talented gentlemen they have a brotherhood. They really, really good at what they're doing. The thing about NTB, they had another, I think the thing that helped them last season, they didn't play in the fall. They took the fall off last year. And that's something that kind of helped them going into that grueling tournament, because St. Louis, we kind of different than other cities. We're we in one of the bigger metropolitan areas in the flag scene. So our league is very, very physical. It's extremely physical. Like if you make it out of St. Louis, you're gonna probably, you're gonna compete in nationals.
I think we have one of the longer seasons too. 13 games.
Oh, shit,
I don't think most leagues go over 10, maybe
I think
9.
we've been sitting at 8 for the last couple of years here in our
9,
leagues.
We've been bouncing back playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had 13 with you got to win 3 to 4 playoff games too. So at the end, you're playing 16 some flag football games to win a championship.
Damn, that's awesome. That's intense.
It's,
Oh yeah.
But
every team don't make the playoffs.
competitive too. I like that.
No B,
No B, no A and B, just one
just
league.
one league.
That's the thing. I like that. And, you know, it's tough for you guys to get out there and travel, but I feel like the way your league is structured, you got your own championship to fight for in the city every year, but there's a lot of pride on the line. Teams are going to bring out their best.
It is.
And honestly, looking at the talent St. Louis has brought in to flag football, you know, there's been teams who've gotten to the championship from St. Louis the last couple of years. There's teams who go back a long ways. I think I read last year, Back in Black, go back to 84 is what I thought I read on someone's jacket.
It's something like that. It's Bart, Jimmy Lee, those guys, they've been doing this for a long time. A real long time. And man, they've been holding it down. They're the most organized team coming out of St. Louis. And that's taking nothing away from NTB or anybody else doing their thing here. It just is what it is. Bart, and you see I got the Back in Black hat on now. You know what I'm saying? The way Bart and those guys do it, it's just nobody does it like them. They'll put 50 on you and give you a couple hot dogs after the game. You know what I'm saying? So
they sure will. They keep the tent. They do grill.
Yeah.
Somebody making something.
Yeah, but just
they'll always feature.
Just some good solid guys that know football, that stick to their guns. They don't go outside of the grain. They don't go outside of the box. They don't try to be who they not. So that's the one thing about Black in Black. It don't matter if they here or they on the road. They're always gonna do everything with class and organization.
Yeah. And I got a good look at them last year at Nationals. Really classy organization. They came out there and played tough. They had a tough draw. I think they had both Main Event and the Strong Island Bulldogs in that tournament.
They did, and Bart wanted it like that. You know what I'm saying? He said, if you're going to go play A, you might as well go play against the best and compete against the best. And it's a game. They ran it up. They played the New York Vikings, and they ran it up against them. So it goes to show St. Louis can most definitely compete on the A division level. We just got to get our stuff together and put the right team together, the right guys together, and go compete. It's not that we can't compete. We most definitely can. So.
Yeah. St. Louis has a big chance in this tournament coming up because, you know, like we said, nobody has seen them since Nationals.
Yeah, and I think I want to say we the only. I don't know how. I know Mafu played, OMFL played, but I don't know if any of the New Jersey or the New York teams really got to play in league play. I saw Deuce. Yeah, I saw Deuce put Downstate got to play. So
the Punishers won that league. I saw that.
Yeah, I do remember.
I know Connecticut.
Yeah, I did see, but I wasn't sure. I thought they played a different style at Downstate, but that's just me not being too familiar with them off the top of my head. But yeah, no, I believe that was the only league up north I'm aware of, unless there may have been some small independent league. Like, we don't know what is fully out there. Like, I kind of wonder where some of these teams, because I know in some cases, like I know the Bahamas, they have state-funded flag football.
So how do that work?
Right.
That system I am not 100% sure of, but like they broadcast it on like television and everything down there. Apparently it's like a big deal.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, that was something I was told last year at Nationals, which I looked up some of their footage they had of the teams, and like they had graphics, they had a booth where they were filming from. They had professional broadcast and everything you would imagine a real flag football broadcast to look like.
Wow. And I think that's the direction that we trying to go in with all us guys like yourself, Ben Pennington, Monet, Jerome, us that's really trying to stay connected with the media world. I think that's the direction that we need to try to get ourselves going to in our respective areas, try to get a broadcast to where it's nationally syndicated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing right now is we got a lot of regional affiliates who broadcast. We got y'all, we got me, we got Jerome. You know, for a while there, Chop Shop is broadcasting downstate. I think they're about to again, actually, from what I saw the other day. I hope so. That'd be really great.
I want to say Isaiah too, and Providence is holding the downstate down. So
that's right. He was there. Yeah, this past season. I remember that.
He did say that.
like I said, the media right now is just booming in flag football, and I feel like it's only going to get better. Just as I feel like a lot of these teams in St. Louis are only going to get better. Give us some insight on some of the other teams. Let's start out with the St. Louis Spartans.
The St. Louis Spartans are a highly competitive league team here in St. Louis. They'll be making their first appearance on the national scene. They basically a collection of guys. There are a lot of those guys. They've seen the national scene, so it's not going to be new to them.
Championship
They've been in. It's a lot of the guys that are holdover from the PAC championship team that came up short against the Bullets a couple of seasons ago. So
January
Jared,
2018, actually,
yeah, Jared, the owner, he's more than experienced. He's ready. He's a veteran. He's one of the better men here in St. Louis on the flag football scene. Got much love for them and the Spartans. Great organization.
Stephen Perry does their film, so that's another guy you probably want to talk to.
No doubt.
He does some. He has his drone and all
doubt.
of that, so he does a lot of extra things too.
But the Spartans, they're most definitely a team not to be slept on. They shouldn't be slept on. Tons of athletes over there. Tons of athletes, just a lot of very highly competitive guys that they want to make their mark. They're a very good ball club. They was undefeated here in St. Louis. They came up short in the second round of the playoffs to a very, very, very competitive cartel team, another team here in St. Louis that's highly competitive, trying to make their mark. They lost to NTB in the championship game. So, like I say, it's a dog fight. They were undefeated and they lost early in the playoffs. So they got a lot to prove. They playing with a chip on their shoulder going to Florida.
I look forward to seeing them in action. That's going to be awesome. I believe they have on their schedule, I'm looking at it right now. Ooh, they got a nice draw on that Friday morning.
They play the Renegades first.
Yep, Renegades to start Nationals.
Gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. We mentioned Renegades one of the better teams out of the DMV this year. What a good way to start, DMV versus St. Louis.
And that's one of the more better rivalries on the circuit is the DMV and St. Louis. We go back and forth a lot. We know a lot of those guys out there. It's been a lot of battles between a lot of the teams the last few years. We had a couple of instances that happened. We don't got to speak on those, but a lot of those relationships have been forged, and a lot of that stuff has been gone past. So we moving forward. And one day, you never know, you might see the DMV in St. Louis click, clack, and make some noise on some of them East Coast boys. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down for that, man. I would love to see that. That'd be something we got to start working on. That'd be something great. St. Louis PAC.
The St. Louis PAC, like I say, once again, another team that's been on the circuit doing their thing.
Been around for a minute.
They've been around for a minute. Lamont, he's going to bring a well-coached ball club out there. They're going to be highly competitive as always. Had a little bit of stumbles last year in the tournament, kind of a rebuilding team of sorts, but I think you take as the thing in St. Louis, I think we adjust real good after coming up short years in nationals. You see a lot of the teams that may come up short one year, they seem to rebound the next year and go a little bit farther. So the PAC most definitely will be in the hunt. You know what I'm saying? They'll be in the hunt, a team to watch out for.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing them. I think they have, looking at their schedule real quick, St. Louis PAC will be, trying to pull it up real quick. That'll take forever, though, for some reason. They got MD Titans, another DMV St. Louis matchup in that 9:15 slot.
And that's a team that the PAC and Back in Black have run into over the last few years in nationals, the Titans. They got a real good ball club. I want to say that quarterback, I don't know him, but he's not real mobile, but he get the ball out like crazy. So it's a team, we pretty familiar with the Titans. We know what kind of ball club they are, know what they bring. Got a lot of respect for them dudes over there. So it's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be a dog fight, but Lamont, he going to have his guys ready. He going to bring a hellified defensive line. That's for damn sure.
Awesome. Looking forward to seeing what they got. And I do look forward to seeing what you all got in Show Me Football.
We just got some guys, man. We just got a couple of guys, man. You know, nothing too fancy, man. Nothing too fancy. But I do know this: we just gonna be way more competitive. That's all. We just
Way
coming.
better than last year.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. We it's all fun, man. We coming to dap it up, show love and all that, but we coming to win, bro. We most definitely not trying to leave without a championship. We mean that shit.
Your impressions of your opponents, Rideout, Team Petty, and Riot Squad.
Ride Out, we played them last year, so we know what they bring.
We know.
So-
We've been studying Ride Out a lot. We got a lot of respect for Ride Out. We did play them last year, as Preston alluded to. We know what Lionel and those guys. We know what they want to do. We know they're gonna be physical. They, you know what I'm saying. We basically know what we into. We've seen a bunch of Ride Squad.
Ride Squad. I've played with AJ.
So
in the GCFFA, I know what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Very unorthodox quarterback.
Yeah.
Got Dontrell in the backfield, sneaky running back. He'll be back there to block, but if he get the ball, you know what I'm saying, he makes something happen. They got a little bit in the receiving core too.
It's the same thing with Team Petty. We just over the years we seen a lot.
St. Louis has seen a lot of them.
We've seen a lot of Team
NTB,
Petty.
Back in Black, Pack. They all have seen Team Petty.
Petty and Wolfpack had a dog fight last year when they played. There was a 3-3 tie, and that was a defensive battle. That was
Petty. They got really.
Fest.
Team Petty got some outstanding defensive backs. You know what I'm saying? So outstanding DBs. So it's like I say, we ready. We most definitely ready. We not sleeping on nobody in this tournament. It's a lot of good teams in this tournament. We know the Demons, a very good team. We know the Nomads, a very good team. We got tons of respect for AFN. I mean, if you want to win this tournament, I've said, like I told my colleagues, you got to be able to beat NTB, AFN, and the Nomads. And that's no disrespect and the Blazers. You got to be able to beat those teams and compete with those teams to be able to win it. And those are facts. And that's not disrespect to anybody. To anybody else doing it, but those are the teams every year in, year out. They more than not, they're in the championship rounds. They in that Final Four. So, the goal for us, we want an all St. Louis Final Four. We try to throw a party on y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on. We on that. So we most definitely on that. You know what I'm saying? We trying to eat some fried rice and drink some best sodas on y'all shit.
I can't wait, man. I cannot wait to see what you all have in store next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Davenport, Florida, Northeast Regional Park, St. Louis is in the building, man.
It's going down. It's going down. We gonna beat up with the Blaze, man, bro. It's going down, man. Shout out to all of them.
Man, you definitely gotta hook up and do a game though, like we did last year.
We gonna get it in.
We gotta do a game, Joey.
I'd love to, man. I'd love to. That'd be great. I love the collaboration we did last year. Like I said, the media last year for that tournament was the best media coverage that I had so far at the tournament with me, man. Everybody was on point. The footage was great. The gains were awesome. When that documentary drops on Friday, I think it'll show just what kind of great work we truly did last year at Nationals.
Yeah, man. You guys like you and Jerome, man, y'all killed it, bro. Y'all killed it. And that's somewhere that me and him, we trying to get to, man. We trying to get to y'all level because y'all held it down last year. Y'all put the work in. Monet, too. She hold it down. Like, hey, it's going down. We got to hold it down for Sev, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to hold it down for Sev. He got all us from these different places together. We got to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with us in our city. We got guys in our city that wasn't able to see these things go through and make these trips. So we got to do it for them too. We ain't forgot about you, D. Mitch. We ain't forgot about you, Dro. We ain't forgot about you, Lil Howard. So, we going to hold it down, and we trying to bring it back home for our city. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore got it last year. It's the Lou turn now. And we standing on that.
I can tell you all, St. Louis loves their 9-man. When I was doing the Combined Forces Wolfpack game last year, I looked at I can't remember who was streaming that one off the top of my head with me off on the field. But I looked at the viewership for that game, and it had 70 viewers at what was a 7 a.m. kickoff St. Louis time.
We tuned in, man. It's a lot of our guys, man. They ain't gonna make the trip, so back home they gonna support and show love. We got a lot of people, man. It's cold too. Can't get outside, so they want to see it. You know, they want to see it. They gonna support though. They gonna support. They know teams. I know teams like the Spartans, Back in Black, NTB, the Pack. They put a lot of work into this, man. They put a lot of work into this. Guys like St. Louis, Bart, Lamont. They put a ton, Jared, they put a hell of tons of work into these undertakings, bringing their teams out of town. So they gonna most definitely be supported on the road. So we gonna get out the way, get Deuce crazy ass on here, man, because I know he want to talk his New York shit, man.
We'll get Deuce on. One final question. This was actually asked last week by Mike Martelier. What is the status of Back in Black? He wants to know. He was wondering because he didn't see him on the list. He wants to know what's going on there.
Back in Black, they had we unfortunately had one of our
quarterback went down.
Yeah.
Once the quarterback went down, it was pretty much like you know what? I really don't want to. I want to still try to put the team in. There was a lot of guys that didn't go because they said they wanted to play A. So they like, we ain't playing A, we ain't going.
Yeah, so it's just last minute, a major injury like that, you know what I'm saying? You just can't roll the dice going into A when you playing for that money.
And it happened toward the end of the season.
Yeah, terrible. Shout out to my guy Chip, man. Chip, one of the better quarterbacks out of St. Louis. He's a champion, respected, you know what I'm saying, respected nationally. He fought hard last year with Back in Black on the A level. He'll be back. He'll be back talking this big money shit. You know what I'm saying, as he does. So, yeah, man, we most definitely, we Back in Black, you know, they hold it down for us. So, but St. Louis will be back on the A scene. Believe me, believe that. It wasn't just a one and done. We ain't running from Birdman. We ain't running from Main Event. We ain't running from Takeover. None of that. None of them teams. We'll be back. Hey, Scorpions, y'all in the A now. Better hold that shit down, G. All I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be watching Scorpions. All right, I'm fucking with y'all Scorpions. Y'all better do y'all thing in the A.
Move on up.
Looking forward to it, man. We'll get a chance to talk to the Scorpions tomorrow night, actually, when we do the A bracket show.
Nice.
But wishing them the best as they try to become the second team to win B and A back to back. The first team being Second Gen, who was coached by Deuce Dutch in the first season.
Right.
Get him on, man. Get him on. But we gonna holler, Joey, man. We appreciate everything. You know, it's all love, bro. Anything you need, man. You got the personal line, so you know what it is with us, fam. You family now. You in there now. You got St. Louis cousins now. It's a wrap now. It's over with now.
I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all great. I look forward to heading to the Lou sometime. It's always been a pilgrimage of mine. I'll definitely be riding there.
I got you.
I'll make sure to be there, blasting my Nelly CD from when I was in elementary school.
We got some. We go get you together, man. We get some D Huncho or something, man. I know Nelly, man.
Can I at least wear my Kurt Warner jersey?
You can rock a Kurt. Kurt cool. That. Kurt A1. Kurt cool. You good.
I like that. Awesome. Kurt was my guy as a kid.
All right, then.
All right, bro.
All right, fellas. Thank you for joining us tonight.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Much love, bro.
Much love.
All right.
They're awesome, guys.
You got to do it.
And Deuce joined, and then it says we have two participants still. It says joining for Deuce still. All right. But yeah, James Ward, Preston Shivers joining us. Appreciate y'all. Y'all do great work out there in St. Louis. Shout out Real Deal Sports. Go like their page. They do a lot of great stuff. They don't just cover flag football, they cover all kinds of sports. They have some great conversation going on there. And of course, it is the home of St. Louis 9-Man. If you don't know about St. Louis 9-Man, you will soon. We're actually going to post a game of theirs next week. Wednesday, actually, we're going to post the St. Louis 9-man championship game in a condensed format. We'll have that up for you on the YouTube page and on the Facebook feed. Deuce is joining on 2 different accounts at once, it says. It says he's joining and he's joining. But I think we got him. I think we got at least one Deuce Dutch. We got him.
And only typical Deuce Dutch fashion.
Joining us now is the greatest coach in flag football himself, Mr. Deuce Dutch. Said did not connect audio. Deuce, he says there's no audio. Says he can't hear us yet. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, Deuce. Says it's connecting to audio and it cannot hear me at all. Says you did not connect your audio, Deuce. Man, I can't even hear what you're saying. There's no audio, Deuce. You gotta turn your microphone on. Says he's connecting. We got him.
Deuce.
I don't think his microphone is connected.
He's Deuce Dutch.
He's got this. Oh, he's left. He'll come back in a second. Anyways, while we're waiting for Deuce, let's talk about a region where I have no one calling in about tonight because I couldn't find a representative. I don't know anybody from these teams yet. Perhaps someone can be acquainted to them sometime. I am referring to a region that I call the South in this particular case. The South consists of No Excuses out of Miami, the Birmingham Heat out of Alabama, and the Bahamas Lions from the Bahamas. I'm not sure if this is the same Bahamas team from last year that I saw. There was 2. There was Bahamas Elite.
Yeah, it was 2 teams, right?
Yeah, there was Bahamas Elite. There was Canary Islands, and then there was Bahamas Lions. I just don't remember offhand. But yeah, I can't really speak much on them. I did know they struggled a little bit last year. Looking forward to seeing what this Lions team has this year. The Heat, they weren't too bad. I only got a chance to see one of their games, though. Didn't get a chance to see much of them otherwise. Kind of looking forward to seeing what No Excuses consists of, like who they got. They're coming out of Miami. You know, it's Florida. There's plenty of talent in Florida. A lot of Maryland talent went to Florida.
Yep.
Shout out to some of my guys down there. Bahamas Predators. Okay, so the Lions are the Predators. I covered them against AFN last year. And they moved the ball a little bit, but ultimately they couldn't put up enough points against AFN. As we're trying to get Deuce connected again. But I'm looking forward to seeing what all 3 of these teams have. Says, all right. Got to unmute yourself, Deuce. But yeah. There we go. Now we got him.
Dutch. Yeah. Joey Blaze.
Yeah.
What's good, bro?
What's up, Deuce?
What the hell are you drinking on?
Miller Lite. It's a old league drink of ours. We drink this in our league. That's how they paid me around here. They gave me a case of Miller Lite.
Yo,
Shout out, Tom Hoffman.
I respect it. I respect it. As long as you happy, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm very happy.
That's what's up, yo. Thank you for even inviting me to your show, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a privilege. You blew up, Joey Blaze. You are the man now. You are the man. 2021, you taking over for real in the media. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. Respect me. That's why I'm here. I don't even do this shit. I got my own show. I usually go to nobody's show. But I had to come to your show. And definitely you called my show before, so I gotta show the same love you show for me, you know?
Yeah, man. And I've been actually wanting to be on your show for years. Like I hit you up when I was supposed to go to Corona Classic. I was trying to get up there back in October. That's something I'm looking to do next year. Not next year, but this year rather. Is I'm looking to do a tour up in New York. I'd love to stop by and see the studio and appear on your show.
I'm about to break some news, but I can't tell it all though. You know what I'm saying? I will give you half news. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to do a different show. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the Chop Shop, and it's gonna be Deuce Knows Best. It's gonna be something else with somebody else too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have another host. So you know what I'm saying? I can't say everything now because I don't know all the details and shit. You know what I'm saying? But a new show is coming out. You know what I'm saying? Soon, later on, probably maybe by the summer.
By the summer? All right, man. I'm looking forward to it, dude. That's awesome.
Sounds like he's looking for another host.
We'll see how it goes. Like I'm actually looking forward to seeing it, dude. That's awesome. More media, the better. That's what we need right now is to keep growing the media we've been establishing the last couple years. And you know, like for me, it wasn't always easy. Like I think one of the first tournaments I went to for media coverage was Charm City 2018, where I saw a team called the Seminoles take on the affiliate nation. And that team would later grow on to become the second gen team that you, sir, won at Nationals in 2019.
Yeah, that probably was one of my best times. You know what I'm saying? One of my best times. Definitely because none of the owners couldn't make it. Like Mike G couldn't make it. Eddie V couldn't make it. So I was by myself out there coaching. And I loved it. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I show my skills that tournament. You know what I'm saying? Show my skills. We watch a lot of film. You know what I'm saying? I big up Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Fonz. I big up Hollywood because that guy, man. If it wasn't for him, I don't think we would have won. Yo, our quarterback didn't even show up. Our quarterback said he was coming, right? And he didn't even show up. So Hollywood said, you know what? Don't worry about it, Deuce. I got this. You know what I'm saying? We got this. You know what I'm saying? And we study film all 3 days, and we got the job done at the end, you know?
Yeah, you guys did absolute work in the 2018 Charm City Classic. I saw the potential that day on that day too when I filmed that AFN Seminoles game. I saw it right there and then. And when I found out y'all won, I wasn't shocked because I said to myself, the way they came out that morning and handled an AFN squad who was up and up around that time really stood out to me.
Listen up, bro. It was an ultimate team effort, bro. The defense, it was crazy, man. The defense, I never really coached like that, like that type of talent before. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm used to fucking I'm used to coaching crackheads, for my hood. You know, that's how I started, bro. I started this, you know what I'm saying, just to take people out the hood so they could do something positive with their life. You know what I'm saying? Same reason why I do basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started this flag shit. So guys in my hood, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of people in my hood not doing shit, just chilling in the bench all day. I said, you know what? Let's get out the hood, do something positive, play some flag football. Doesn't matter if we win or lose. You know what I'm saying? Let's go out there and have some fun. And when I first started, none of my friends had a car. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one of them. You know what I'm saying? So what I used to have to do, every week, I used to have to rent a U-Haul van. You hear me? I used to have to rent a U-Haul van so I could put everybody in the back, you know what I'm saying, and drive them like an hour away just to play some flag football. And the crazy part about it, everybody in the back smoking. Everybody is smoking. So the time we get out that shit, you see a big cloud of smoke in the air, you know what I'm saying? When we get out the van and we come out there and, you know, a lot of times, my hood won 2 championships. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we suck. But it wasn't about winning or losing, you know what I'm saying, to me. Right now, it's about winning, you know what I'm saying? But back then, when I was taking my guys out the hood, it was just for have something to do. But, you know, I'm competitive, you know what I'm saying? I'm competitive. Somebody noticed that. Somebody's noticed that. Eddie V, he noticed that I was coaching guys that didn't even play football and still making it to the Final Four in my league and taking it far. And we actually won 2 championships. He seen that. And he was like, yo, dudes, if you coach talent, you know what I'm saying? You would even be bigger than anything. So that's why he brought me to second gen. When I moved to second gen, I took off from there. My first time coaching second gen, I won a championship. And guess who I beat? I beat the team that I'm coaching now, the Blazers.
Oh wow.
That is crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But me and Rob Lane have a history though. Me, I knew Rob Lane for years, even before the Blazers, for years.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys team up at nationals. And you guys actually just collaborated the other day at the Righteous Servant flag
yo,
football tournament.
bro, that is the worst. Listen, I've been in this game probably 20 plus years, and never in my life had a worse experience than that shit. I don't care about winning or losing. I didn't care. I went out there to coach some kids that never even played flag football before. I brought Robbie Lane. I told Robbie Lane, listen, it's 13 yards wide and it's 707. This is the perfect practice for the national. This is like boot camp. This is like the prison. You hear me? Guys was getting hit all day. It was no roughing the passer. It was none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just hitting each other, pushing each other out of bounds. You don't have to go for the flag, The shit was crazy. Every team had different flags on them. Some teams had triple threat. Some teams had sonic flags. Some teams had the shrooms. Some teams had records. It was crazy. No refs had whistles. They wasn't even refs because they didn't even know the rules. They didn't even know the rules. This shit was crazy. And it's bad. You know what? It's bad? Because the guys that played that for the first time in their life, they thinking that's how flag football is. The kids is like, oh man, flag football is whack. This is what flag football is. Now, flag football is not like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't like when people come and scam and try to do it for quick money because it ends up like that. That's why I respect you, because you respect flag football. Guys do not respect flag football. Guys, like that guy that ran the tournament, he disrespected flag football to the T. How you come out there and no refs have a whistle? Yo, he gonna tell me, I called timeout. He said, listen, I'm not giving you no timeout. Go talk shit on Facebook. You talk too much shit on Facebook. I'm not giving you no timeout. I don't give a fuck who you are. Straight up. Like, that tournament was the prison, bro. The fucking prison. Yo, and they gangsters though. That's the crazy shit about it. Cause they with it. They with it like, what's up? Like, what you want to do? Y'all can't do shit. What you want to do?
Here y'all are.
Yeah.
One ref was like, yo, I did 10 years and I don't mind doing 10 more years. I'm like, yo, it was gangsters, yo.
Praise the Lord, righteous servant.
Wow.
One guy ran in, because we was playing a hockey rink. One guy ran into the board. He passed out. He was on the floor for like 20, 30 minutes. No, they didn't even go check on him. You know what I'm saying? They left him dead. They left him for dead. I was like, my teammate, I was like, go help him, bro. They left him for dead. Like, you crazy. That's why I called it. That was the prison, and I told you, and Robbie Lane, wanted to leave the minute we came in. He said, Deuce, I don't want to play this shit. I said, Robbie, come on, we can't do this. You know what I'm saying? We're ready here. This is good practice. You know what I'm saying? This is like boot camp. This is boot camp right here. If you could get through this, 9 man gonna be a piece of cake. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. That shit, I never seen no shit like that in my life.
Dude, the live streams I was seeing from you and Jamie Lagana and the members of Baez Auto, we
was up 9-0 in the Super Bowl, 4th down with like 6 minutes left. He threw the guy threw the ball. The ball is nowhere near nobody. They grabbed my guy, you know what I'm saying? And he purposely caught a pass interference and put the ball out there like the 2. Like, he purposely did that, bro. Like, he straight like fuck, like he didn't want to give me yo. I tried to give him a pound, and he told me get away from him, the commissioner, when I got there. And that's the guy who ref the championship. Like he point shaved, like he point shaved the kids. Like that shit got me upset. He point shaved, bro, on purpose, and told me I can't do nothing about it.
Oh man, I hate to see that, man. I really do, especially for the kids who go out there playing flag for the first time and that's their experience. Dallas First from Baez Auto says, playing in that makes your team worse, yet you told Rob that this was good practice. What a contradiction. That's Dallas number 13, Baez Auto, wide receiver.
Yeah, because they stupid. They stupid. They real stupid. He don't understand, like, it make the whole team worse. You know what I'm saying? I only got one of my guys out there, you know what I'm saying? Practicing. Word up. I just got one of my guys out there practicing, and that's the quarterback. I don't got the whole team out there practicing. I had people. Most of them kids I never seen in my life. They don't know who I was. I was making kids doing something. Just like the kids was telling me, man, I don't do this. I said, listen, don't worry about it. It's gonna work. Just do it. You know, just do it. The kids ain't even believing me. You know? Then they started believing me when we started winning. We was winning. Then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then the fix happened, you know. But you know what? We beat them. We beat them in regular, right? In regular play, right? So one of their mans, right? Dallas. His name is Dallas. I tried to give him a like. We tried to shake his hand. He wouldn't shake my hand. So he gonna expect me not to throw him. These guys did not shake my hand after I beat them. But guess what? When they beat us, I shook their hand. I still shook their hand. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that serious. You know? Because all them local joints is just practice to me. You know what I'm saying? It's practice to me to see new things. Not only that, I recruit people. I go out there and recruit. I try to see who's who.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But the Nationals, like right now, this means everything to me. This is what means everything.
And let's talk about Nationals. Memories of winning 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was great. It was great because nobody thought that we could do it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could have do it. We did it with a backup quarterback. Our starting quarterback didn't come. Our defense was crazy. You know, my man Julio. You know, he hooked me up with like 4 or 5 ex NFL players. You know what I'm saying? And we took it from there. We took it from there. Like I knew Second Gen was going to win the A division though, even without me, because I showed them the blueprint, man. I showed them the blueprint. They're very. I'm mad they're not defending. They're not defending the title. I'm very mad at them. I'm very mad at them. Very mad. They pussy out to me. They got scared. They don't want to listen. They not trying to come in with like a 84 overall team. If they not a 99 overall, 98 overall team, they not coming in. They not trying to defend their title. They could get a team, but they can't get the powerhouse team.
Right. Yeah, no, it's tough. It really is to come back to back and defend the title. I do know some of their players, from what I was seeing, will be appearing on the high roller squad.
We got a chance to three-peat. What you said? I didn't hear you.
I looked at the roster sheet. Some of the players from Second Gen are popping up on high rollers right now.
Yeah, of course, because of Matt Belly. Matt Belly won with them.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that team fares. We'll have more on them tomorrow night, actually.
I got reports. They got a 15K game versus the Punishers.
Ooh.
15K.
Damn. Whew, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see that.
Who you think is gonna win?
Next week.
This week? All right.
Yeah. do have another episode. I got some more coming. We got a lot of content the next couple of weeks coming out. But looking ahead to the schedule you got, well, actually, let's talk about last year. You had Illuminati in the tournament.
Yes.
You guys I had a great time covering you guys. I enjoyed that Team Petty game. That game was fun to be a part of. That was a really good day 2 game with Team Petty. Unfortunately for you guys, it ended with Ride Out in the end. Lionel got his revenge. Whereas Ride Out took out Illuminati. Your memories of last year's Nationals?
Oh man, yo, that was a bad experience for me. That's probably one of the worst experiences of any trip I took. You know, because I went out with guys out there that totally disrespected me. My own team disrespected me.
I remember that you wanted to go for. I think you wanted to go for 1 or 2, and they went for the opposite.
Everything. If I wanted to go for 2, they would kick for 1. I wanted to go for it on 4th down. They would punt the ball. I went with guys out there, and they totally disrespected me. I almost ain't come back to Sunday. I was gonna debt the team. Because Illuminati is my team. I'm not only the coach of Illuminati, I'm the owner of Illuminati, and they still disrespected me. You know, like I was hurt. I was hurt because the 12, 13 guys that they brought from they have, because I had a lot of the ex-Seminoles, because the Seminoles left second gen. I had them. You know, they came in Illuminati thinking that they could call the shots, and they threatened to leave. You know what I'm saying? The shit was crazy. That's why I did Illuminati. I said, you know what? This is dead. I ain't fucking with you no more. You fired. I'm moving on.
And move on, you will, with the Blazers, as you guys will face a very interesting slate of games. Very tough one at that. Nomads, Dream, and Rampage. Your impressions of the Battle of Jersey teams with Nomads?
Oh man, I'm 4-0 Lifetime versus Nomads. I believe we should beat them by 2 touchdowns. You know, with that team, right? See, with that team, you always got to prepare for 2 quarterbacks. Always got to prepare for 2 quarterbacks. Got to prepare for John or Bobby. You never know who's going to quarterback. Don't go in there prepare for 1 quarterback, because if you do, you might be fucked. You know, a lot of people think John's the quarterback. He might quarterback 1 drive, then come out the game, and then they put Bobby. So you always got to prepare for 2 quarterbacks when you play them.
Facts. I saw that myself when I covered them last year at Nationals. That rotation could throw you off in a big way because both quarterbacks play differently. Then you look at your other opponent, Dream. I can't really tell you much about them. I think they're from a team. They're from another team, but I can't remember who it was anymore. They play in Maffle. Ended up going 1 and done in their playoffs. But Rampage, they're one of the bigger names here in the DMV. I could argue they are the second best team in the B bracket from the DMV, right behind the Renegades right now, albeit it's very close between those two. Rampage,
I once played Rampage on a 5 or 6 overtime game and beat them by a half yard. It got to a point where they said, listen, 1 down, longest yard. And we beat them by a half a yard. That's crazy. And over there in Baltimore. And I won the Super Bowl in Baltimore.
Yeah. No, I look forward to that game. I think that's going to be a really good one. Rampage bringing a lot of talent. Looking forward to see what they got at Nationals. It's going to be a good matchup. Chris Price versus Rob Lane. You got 2 guys who are A quarterbacks caliber right there. And they're going to be facing off and be Nationals in what I think is going to be a battle. Your impressions of Rampage going in? You really excited for that one, Deuce?
Right now, my mind not even on them, to tell you the truth. My mind is just on Nomads. My mind is on Nomads. I I start thinking about Rampage the minute the Nomads game is over. You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
And that's when I start thinking about Nomads. You know what I'm saying? I like that night, that Friday night. You know, that Friday night. That's when we were prepared for two teams, for Dream and what's the name for Rampage. It would be Friday night. But right now, my mind is on Nomads.
I look forward to that game. That should be a really good one. Blazers, Nomads. Um, this is going to be an awesome tournament, man. I'm really excited. And this Blazers team, like I said, number 2 in our power rankings right now. We'll see how they end up at the end of nationals, but they are definitely a strong contender going into this tournament. You look at it, Rob Lane, Deuce Dutch, there is championship pedigree.
Anytime you have Rob Lane on your team, anytime you have Rob, you have a chance to win a championship. You know,
Facts.
anytime you have Rob Lane on your team, you will have a shot to win a championship. You know,
Absolute facts. Um, anything else you want to add tonight, Deuce, while we're still on the air?
what you think? You really believe them St. Louis guys gonna really take over? They talking about they gonna party. They gonna Final Four. They got 4 teams.
They got 4 teams, all in B, Spartans, Pack, Wolf Pack, and Show Me Football. They're pretty
They
hype.
don't impress me yet. They don't impress me yet.
You actually, I believe, did face off
They
against
beat us.
the Wolfpack last year with
They beat us.
Illuminati.
They beat us.
Very close
Yeah.
game, though. You guys were only within a point of them. That was a very competitive matchup.
My team last year was like a 81 overall. You understand? Talent. I had an 81 overall talent. This year, I got a 98 overall talent coming in. This is different. This is different. Like I came back mad. Actually, I'm mad. I'm looking for
Understand?
revenge from last year. Yeah.
Now, how would you compare this to the second gen team you coached in 2019?
I can't compare it to it's over. I gotta compare it. I gotta play the national first with them before I compare it, you know?
Understandable.
Fair enough.
I do. But yeah, you've had a pretty good circuit year. I mean, you've gone out there, you've coached an 8-man. You won with main event over at West Coast Nationals.
Yeah. Yeah.
What other ventures are you looking into right now? What's coming ahead for Deuce Dutch? You mentioned the show earlier. What else do you got going down?
Women flag football. I would be coaching women flag football. My first tournament probably would be in Boston, Massachusetts. It would be 5s. Then I gotta move up to 8s. You know, 8-on-8 women. I want to do that bad. You know, and I'm in contact with a lot of women in the country, and they all willing to play for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hyped. I got some sponsors to help me out too. So I'm ready to go with that.
I look forward to it, man. That's something that I like to see grow in the next couple of years is flag football in the women's scene. Something I like to do down the line is start a women's league. I feel like that would be really awesome to see grow, especially in the DMV. But I like the work you do, man. You do an excellent job out there. I like the way you promote the game, the way you build it. Like you do a great job,
Likewise.
Deuce. We appreciate the
too.
work you do. Love the show. Look forward to seeing you down there in Florida. It's gonna be a great time. I'm really looking forward to next weekend.
Likewise, yo. Yo, thank you, yo. Thanks for having me on the show again, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And thank you, Deuce, for calling in. We appreciate you for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see Deuce Dutch and the Blazers in action next Friday when they take on the Nomads in what is sure to be one of the better games of the day. But anyways,
I gotta win. I gotta win, man. I gotta win, man. The higher ups got big bonuses for me. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta win. I gotta win.
Understandable, man. Winning is the only thing, especially when it comes to this tournament. It's the one time of the year, man. Lori, looking forward to it.
Me too.
Anyways, Deuce, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you for coming on. We'll see you. We'll try some more coverage of Nationals with you sometime in the next couple of weeks.
All right.
Should be a good time down in Orlando. Best of luck this or next weekend. Have a safe trip down there, sir, and have a wonderful night.
Peace.
Peace out, Deuce.
Yeah.
Deuce Dutch joining us. Big shout out to Deuce. Glad to have him on the show. Really excited to see what he and the Blazers can do. As we take a look at some of the North teams, the other teams from up north, you got Steel, Beast Mode, Riot Squad, 401 Pressure. You got the Ducks. Really looking forward to seeing what each team brings to the table.
Yeah.
The northern teams in the B bracket, they're competitive. They're very competitive. They're very good. They played the game for years. They're well sound. Really looking forward to seeing just what everybody has come this tournament from up north. Steele was out according to Jamie Wolf. What? I did not know that. Steele was out? Oh, damn.
Well done.
All right. Well,
Take them all.
happens. Well, yeah. My bad.
It's a weird year.
It happened. I can understand it. Like anything can happen any second. And it's hard to get guys fully committed.
Yep.
But that's rough for them. Guess we'll move on down now to the DMV area where we live, actually. Hey, indeed. Like we said, we got to have tournaments. We got to have leagues. We were able to have almost everything, really. Like last year only felt weird to me when spring hit and we were all still sitting in our houses not doing anything. After May is when things kind of felt normal again. Like we had the sense that we were able to go out there and play the game again, which I think really helped a lot of us out. But some of us didn't really get a chance to play much 9-man, even in the area, because of the fact that they only had a chance to at Clash of York, such as the gentleman joining us right now from Baez Auto, who also was playing in our league a few months ago as part of Misfits. Dallas First, welcome to the show.
Hey, Joey. How's it going, boss?
Going good, sir. How are you?
Good, man. Always an honor to be on your show, man. Appreciate you having me on here. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. Doing good. Congratulations on the championship the other day.
I appreciate it. Not too bad. A little bit of work, a little bit of reps before nationals, so it's good to get out there with the boys, get a couple runs in, build some chemistry. Got work to do. Got unfinished business.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Baez Auto brings to the table. We talked about them going into nationals last year as one of the B teams to look out for. You guys had a pretty good run back in the spring and summer of 2019, getting to at least a Final Four on at least 3 different tournaments: Charm City, Virginia Beach, Ocean City, where you got to the championship. 2020, though, Baez Auto has not played many 9-man games. You guys have actually been dormant for the most part outside of playing together in YAFFL, where I believe you guys play 8-man up there.
Yeah, it's 8-man. There's the leagues that are running around for us to get 9-man going is a little bit of a travel. So it took us a little bit. We kind of used 8-man to kind of form that camaraderie again. Things kind of fell apart when we were out at nationals this past year. Bless you. We had to
The microphone. What the hell?
I could see you.
Oh, you saw me. Okay. I was like, I swear I muted the microphone when I sneezed.
You did, but I could see you. I saw it coming. But no, we had to use 8-man. We had to use 8-man to kind of find our identity again. To find out who we were as a team. We kind of got smacked in the face a little bit at nationals. Not that it was a bad smack in the face, but we had to get back to who Baez Alder was. We had to get back to our roots. So 8-man was kind of like, let's see if we have it still. And we went in there, the summer league, won that, played in the Just A's tournament, came up short in the championship. And then we went into the Clash of York, gave it a run against Aftermath. I won't disclose how displeased I was with some of the calls in that game, but regardless, the situation, was pretty happy with the outcome, with how we competed against a really good Aftermath team. And we really got back to who we were as Baez Alder. Won the fall league and got into this tournament yesterday, or not yesterday. What was that? 2 days ago, and battled through perseverance and was able to take home that $2,500. So.
And it was awesome to see you guys back out there and getting a chance to play again. Really love seeing Baez Alder at Clash of York. You guys finally got revenge on AFN, taking them down for the first time. Then there was the game with Aftermath, the first one, where you lost, but you won, but you lost, but you won.
Yeah, that game was a little wild, and we converted both of our extra points. Aftermath didn't actually convert any of their extra points. So we should have won that game by 2. But because of it being 2 minutes left in the game, they said Aftermath would have played that game differently rather than run the clock out. So they just continued to hand them the win regardless of the situation. I mean, it's I guess it's a gray area. I don't know. But the officials from 9-man said that they agreed with the call, and we kind of just stuck with it as is. And at the end of the day, we had a chance to get our redemption, but came up a little short. So.
Yeah, the next day, you guys made a hell of a run, starting out with Blackhawks that morning. You guys took them out in a game. Ross Collins, you had actually to start the day. Blackhawks shutout, and then from there, another good one that you, Ross, actually had too, the Gusto Land game.
Oh yeah,
the one we were all looking forward to happening.
I can feel that.
Yeah, that was a good game. Actually, to be completely transparent, is that game actually kind of showed to me anyway if we still had it as a team. We went down 10-0 going into the second half. Weren't really moving the ball too well, and just making mistakes. And it got down to the fourth quarter. We were still 10-0, and we put up 14 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win that game. So it was. I tell you, that was a dogfight there. We came back, we won the game, and yeah, that was the spark. We were like, yeah, we could do this. So it was good. It was a good game.
Great game. When I actually finished editing that a few weeks ago, we have the full game on YouTube. Absolute, yeah. Ross, yeah, I remember you were hyped after that game, Ross.
I'm telling you, I can feel the Pennsylvania energy, man.
The Battle of York, Baez and Gusto Land. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys have going into this tournament. You showed at Clash of York you could compete on the B level still. You gave Aftermath a fight in both games, and that's a team that plays in A. I think Baez Auto could really surprise a lot of teams, especially those who haven't seen them play very often, because it's been a full year outside of those games at Clash of York since Baez has played 9-man. But looking at the schedule, you guys are in for what should be a really interesting time, beginning with the Rhode Island Spartans at 10:30. Warning, there's going to be a lot of cowbell at that game.
I heard about that. Oh man, yeah, I heard about the cowbell. But yeah, we look forward to that matchup. I remember the Rhode Island team playing last year, and I think I was able to peep their game for a little bit, and I'm actually very interested to see how we match up against them. It'll be a good game. I look forward to it. So.
Second game you got on there as well. You got Elite Rebels, which is, from what I've gathered, the BC Elite squad that we had a chance to look at both at Clash at York and Summer Showdown. They're combining in with the WAC Rebels. In fact, I believe we'll have TJ Holston on later tonight to talk about them. I don't know if you had a chance to see them much play in the York tournament back in October. Did you get a chance to check them out?
Yeah, I did get a chance to watch him. TJ, I mean, man's a baller. I'll give him that much. He was good arm, smart, mobile. So, yeah, we look forward to that matchup. I was keen in on watching him play. So, yeah, BC Elite was a really good team in the Clash of York. I like the energy that they brought, but we look forward to that matchup. I think we have the same amount of energy. And we're looking forward to playing TJ. So we look forward to that matchup as well. I think that's going to be a really good game.
That's going to be a really fun one. And then the next day, you guys have played No Excuses. The Miami team. I don't know much about them, man. It's the fear. It's the unknown. Like, what do they got? Like, can they you got to imagine they probably have some ballers down there. It's a big area for football. So, like, there's got to be some talent down there. How do you prepare for a team that you may not even have any sort of film whatsoever on?
I mean, it's more so about mentally preparing yourself as a team. Just because you don't have film on another team, you just got to prepare yourself as a team for all the unknowns. You know what I mean? You got to prepare, just in case there's option runs. You got to prepare double passes. You got to prepare for everything because you don't know what they're bringing. You don't know what kind of arsenal they have. You don't know what kind of weapons they have. So you got to prepare mentally as a team. You got to stay disciplined, keep the pressure on, and make them think of, on who you are as a team because they don't have film on. We don't have film on them. They probably don't have film on us. So it's one of those things where we got to be more prepared than they are mentally. So.
And I look forward to seeing just what you guys have in store. Skitty says they got film apparently.
Oh, I guess that's a good sign. That means we're traveling our way down to Miami, huh?
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys come out and play, man. I always love watching Baez Auto. You guys are the true kings of York. I think that's been established by now. Their next goal, I think, is to become kings of flag football. And I feel like this tournament is a real opportunity for you guys to establish yourself in that B division as a serious contender on a national level.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I mean, we look forward to playing all the teams down there. Whoever lines up across us, we're ready. We're ready for whatever game brings. We're like I said, this team that we have established right now. We all have one mission in mind: it's a championship or nothing. So we're not making a trip 1,200 miles for nothing. So we're ready to battle. We're ready to compete. We're mentally prepared. We're physically prepared. So we're ready. We're ready for it all. So and I prove you wrong too, because you got us in your honorary mentions. We're not in the top 5. So I gotta spark my way back into that top 5 real quick.
I think Baez Auto has a real shot at being a top 5 team by the end of this tournament. There is definitely a real shot at that. But anyways, Dallas, thank you for joining us tonight. Love the stuff you guys do at Baez Auto. Really looking forward to seeing how you guys perform at nationals. You'll be kicking off against Rhode Island Spartans. I think that's a 10:30 game on Friday morning. Really looking forward to that one, as well as seeing you guys back in action, man. You guys showed a lot of potential at Clash of York. I really do feel like this is a better Baez team coming in than the one we saw in 2019, 2020.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely looking to get back into it, man. We're looking forward to it, man. I feel like we're being slept on a little bit. I feel like teams have kind of forgotten about who we are. So we're looking forward to, going out there, competing with all the teams, and we're looking forward to bringing back that national championship. So nothing short of that. So we look forward to it, man. I appreciate you having me on here. I look forward to seeing you down in Florida. Safe travels, and we'll see you guys down there, all right?
We'll see you there, Dallas. We'll see you there. Look forward to checking y'all out. Baez Auto, Dallas First joining us. Appreciate you, what y'all do. Look forward to seeing you all in action. And Dallas, he just kind of left on his own there. All right. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what Baez Auto brings to the table. Only team for YAFFL coming. Gusto Land originally was looking to go to nationals, but they had to drop out due to lack of linemen. Hopefully we'll see more growth from that York area in the next couple of years as they keep developing 9-man in that community. As we move on to a couple other leagues, the two most notable in the DMV, we're talking about the OMFFL. This year, OMFFL arguably was at its strongest. And I mean its absolute strongest. There was a lot of teams in there that were upper B contenders, and lower A, you had Aftermath, Scorpions, Rampage, Renegades. But you know who was missing from OMFFL? A team that I feel like a lot of people were sleeping on, but they did manage to get some bump along the way in the form of Maffle. I'm talking about the Elite Rebels, and joining me right now is the quarterback of the Elite Rebels, Mr. TJ Holston himself. TJ, welcome to the show.
Joey, thanks for having me, my man. Good
Thank
to be
you for
here.
joining
Can't
us,
wait
sir.
for the event. Absolutely.
First and foremost, I gotta ask, why the name change? Is it a full merger with Whack Rebels now? Are you all together? Is that the compromise? You keep the Elite part, they keep the Rebels part. Things are good.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just something we're trying to build, man, honestly. I mean, they had some guys, they're a little bit older there, but still great players, obviously. They bring a lot to the table. We have some younger guys, and we just, felt like it would be good to kind of get together. The last few months, the first tournament we had was the Clash of York, the first one. So, they brought over some guys. We took our core talent and kind of, combined it. And like I said, just trying to build something, man. Just trying to build something. This is my first nationals as a QB, so really looking forward to it.
I'll tell you, TJ, you have made a big impression on me early on. First time I heard about you was last year when you were playing on the Misfits, but I also caught a glimpse of you at Charm City and a little bit at York with BC Elite. You guys were close to getting to the championship both times, falling short, I believe, to Renegades in the semifinals of Charm City. And then, of course, to it was Rampage in the Clash of York tournament. But you guys came out balling in 2020, and the few times we saw you guys. We actually faced off at Summer Showdown, if you remember, Ross.
TBT, absolutely.
Yeah, TBT took on BC Elite.
Good game.
That was, hell of a game. Very competitive
awesome
game.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Awesome game, yeah. Yeah, man. Boone's a hell of a player.
But, yeah, and we'll have more on Chris Boone tomorrow night. Looking forward to seeing him. He'll be on Gladiators for this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, going back to that, I guess it was 2019, August 2019, when we played Renegades. That was our first tournament. So we got to the semifinal against Renegades, and Jim hit Eddie on a long touchdown to actually end the game. I think it was 20 seconds left we had, and I think we lost by a few points that game. We were leading. It was a 4th and 20. They had got the first down. And then on the next play, he hit Jaleel for the first down, the 4th and 20, and then hit Eddie on a deep ball to end the game. So, that was tough. And then, we had a few tournaments where we were in the semifinals, and we got to the finals this year in York, and we're just kind of looking to, close out games. We know we have the talent. Really us is just getting the experience. So I feel like, the last couple tournaments we've done that, and we feel like we're definitely pretty strong going into nationals for sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys could do. I know it was tough after York for you to find much play in 9-man. I know the Rebels portion of your group, they were playing in Maffel as the WAC Rebels with Dio actually a quarterback. I know you guys were trying to join our league, the Washington County League, back in August. But that fell through, unfortunately. Would have loved to have seen you guys there, though. That would have made us even
been awesome.
greater. My God.
Yeah, for sure. We were trying to get out there. It was just a bit of a hike for the guys. We were doing 8-man at the time because there wasn't any 9-man available, and they were doing their thing in DC. So it was just trying to get everyone together. But in the spring, we definitely look to come out to the OMFFL, and that's something we're looking to accomplish in the spring and after our run here at Nationals.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there more. Like I said, this is a team that we haven't seen much of in 9-man because of the fact that you guys didn't get a chance to play in league ball. OMFFL filled up fast. That was the hottest ticket in the DMV.
It's great league. Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. We had a great time.
Very talented league. Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. You do a great job covering it.
Thank you. You guys ended up playing a clash at we go back to the Summer Showdown tournament. You guys actually got second place in that one. You did get a win on Rampage, but fell short in the championship game.
Yep.
Memories of the showdown.
Yeah, absolutely. So we played Gusto twice, lost to him the first time. We beat him the second time, played TBT, had a great game against you guys, and then got into the championship against Rampage. Started out fast. It was like an on and off rain game. It was a really intense game. Two good teams. They had a loaded Rampage squad, with, the talent that Reagan brought along with, Steve Winter's core. And we had a good team come out too and beat them the first game. And then I think it ended on I think it was a block extra point. Otis came through, busted through the gap, blocked the extra point, and we ended up losing 14-13. And that's kind of how some of our games, especially with Rampage, went. The last Clash of York Showdown was kind of a similar thing. So, for us, definitely in that tournament, it's just, we're looking to close out, these small little things. And we think if we can just get those things to turn the opposite way, it'll turn in our favor. And that obviously could have won us the championship. Really wanted the overtime. Our 8-man guy, one of our newest additions, Milk, call him Milk, Deshaun Grove, he housed the kickoff at the end of the game to put it to 14-13. And then Otis came through and blocked the extra point. So always a battle with them, man. Always a battle. Love playing that team. They got a great team, and I'm sure they'll bring a great squad to Nationals as well.
We had a chance to see you guys actually play them again in Clash of York 2. Another close battle, 14-11 Rampage won on Saturday. Yeah. You guys at Clash of York 2 had a good run. Took down Reckless Villains along the way. As well as on day 2, we started out, I believe. Was it 410 Ravens?
Yeah, we played the Ravens. Played the 410 Ravens. We had a close game against Rampage again. It was 14-11. And I think it was another, I think, blocked field goal at the end, honestly, against Rampage again. Little things in that game could have turned the opposite way. We played the 410 Ravens, had a good game against them, beat them, and then we had a wild game against Aftermath, started up, and then kind of let them get the best of us in the second half. But that was a really good game too. But just learning experience, honestly. People say, people talk that we should play A, or we have, we're a talented team. We are a talented team, but we're an inexperienced team. We have some experience on our team, but as a team, we're only a few months old. So, obviously all that stuff comes with experience and getting to know the guys. And, couldn't be more excited for this opportunity, man. Just honestly looking forward to getting to play some circuit ball because obviously, other than the local tournaments, we weren't able to do that.
And you guys will be in for some interesting opponents. This is a really good schedule in terms of matchup.
Yep.
You got Baez Auto first, 1:00 on Field 3 on Friday. And then after that, you got the NTB Wolfpack, the number 2 team defending second place coming into this tournament. And of course, the Rhode Island Spartans, as I warned Dallas, watch for that cowbell.
Yeah. Be a lot of cowbell for sure. The first game we play Baez. Never played Baez, but as Dallas was speaking, they're an awesome team. They're a very good team, well accomplished team. Just won a tournament in what Deuce called a prison cell, but they got the job done there. And they're an awesome team. They got a lot of talent, got a lot of respect for those guys, and definitely looking forward to playing them. Watch some film on them. Don't know too much about them, but we'll become more accustomed to it as next week approaches. But we do know that they're very good. They got a lot of talent. They play fast. They play physical, and they got an awesome D rush too. So that's something going to have my work cut out, and definitely looking forward to that matchup. And then the second matchup we have is NTB Wolfpack. Obviously, they were in the championship last year. They do have some film up then I watched some of their games, and they had a lot of physical games, a lot of, as you alluded to earlier, 3 points or less they were winning by, but like I said, they are a physical team. They grind it out. They finish games, which is ultimately what gives you the W. And that'll be another tough test. Rhode Island Spartans don't know a whole lot about. I know that is Pig's team up north, so I'm sure he'll bring a great squad. Every squad that goes down to nationals will be tough. So, I think we're ready for it.
Looking forward to it, TJ. It's going to be awesome. Glad to see
Can't
you
wait.
back on the field. Looking forward to seeing what the Elite Rebels have in store.
Absolutely. You got to get one of our games, man. I don't think you've gotten one yet. You got to be at that Baez game.
We'll let y'all know what we got in mind for next week.
No,
We'll let y'all know. We're working on something right now, actually.
Cool, man.
I think y'all are going to love the coverage we got planned in store next week.
Hell yeah, always do. Always do, brother. Keep drinking them Millers. I'll bring a case for you Friday. Have to have a couple after the games.
Bring it Sunday. I'll be there
Sunday, okay.
Speed.
Okay, sounds good, man.
All right.
All right, Joey.
All right.
See you.
See you. TJ Holston joining us. Looking forward to seeing what this Elite Rebel squad could do. As we go back to the OMFFL, as we were saying, they were stacked. And unfortunately for the Rebels, they couldn't get in. But when you look at the roster OMFFL's had, I mean, you had Scorpions, Aftermath. We'll talk about them tomorrow night. AFN, Rampage, Renegades, Grimies. Talk about it even had Maryland Titans, FOE, Venom. My God, what a stacked league. They had a stacked league this season in the OMFFL. And, we talked about the dominance of the OMFFL in the B bracket itself, going back to Charm City last year. And if you look at it, Charm City last year, Renegades fell short to ride out in the championship. But after that, OMFFL started their run. Clash of York, Rampage over Renegades, 2 OMFFL teams. You go back to the Capital Classic and Mathel territory. It was no, I just saw 2 people popping once and threw me off a little bit. No, Scorpions over Renegades in the championship. And Rampage, of course, they won A over 7-point spread. And then you look at Nationals last year, and Scorpions won that. You look at Clash of York, that was Renegades over Aftermath in the finals, 2 more OMFFL teams. And I'll tell you, when you look at all the success in the OMFFL, there's one team who we're not mentioning. And yet they had one of the best runs in 2019. And joining us right now is the man behind center for the Affiliate Nation himself, Tay Sosa. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Joey? How's it going?
Going well, sir. How are you?
I can't call it, man.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, it's been a long time. I've ever first seen you up here in Washington County many years ago. You remember those old days before we had live streaming?
Yeah, I remember that with red lights and all that.
Yep. And I remember
Yeah.
I remember the first season AFN came out. You were the starting quarterback for the affiliates. And I'll tell you, Devontae, I've watched you grow significantly as a starting quarterback these last couple of years, going back to that first season with AFN in 2017, and then with Mayhem in 2018, playing on the A circuit, coming back with AFN 2019. And it's been a hell of a run with you and the affiliates. Going into this Nationals, though, you guys haven't quite had the best 2020.
Yeah, we definitely had a rough 2020. Like leading right after Nationals or whatever. We just had our ups and downs. We ain't had the best season this year in Owens Mills, but I mean, I like our team going into Nationals, so we just need to pass with the pass, and we worried about now.
The thing about it is, so you guys, while the record has not been favorable for this year, you guys have played some tough competition along the way. You go back to the tournament you had back in York. You guys faced Baez Auto, got to the semifinals of that tournament. Best team in this area by far in that regard. You also faced off against Scorpions, defending B champions. And then, of course,
a bunch of teams we played this year, even though our record looking bad or whatever, it's not like we getting blown out. We in every game probably losing by 1, 2, or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, everybody had their days, everybody had their, you know what I mean? But like I said, nobody should sleep on AFN. You should never sleep on AFN because we always coming. So.
And I believe it 100%, man. AFN, as long as I've known you guys, you've always have brought something big to the table when it comes to these tournaments. You guys always come out fighting tough and playing hard. But you're going to have some interesting matchups, beginning with Beast Mode 10:30 on Friday morning. Your impressions going into that matchup?
I gotta watch the film. I think Cuzzo, he posted some film in the group message, but I'm gonna watch some film probably this weekend when I got some time off, some free time. And I don't even know where they from for real. I know they're not from the DMV, so I mean, I don't sleep on nobody, so it should be a good one. And I know we play Nomads. I'd be really looking forward to that game. Because, I mean, everybody knew what happened a couple years ago. Well, last year, I think. Not a couple years ago, but.
It's been a couple years. Trust me, I remember.
Yeah, it's 2021, so yeah. But everything, I got a couple buddies on Nomads for real, so it's always going to be fun when we play there. Looking forward to Nationals. It's going to be fun. This would be like, I think, my 4th National, so. Always looking forward for a good time to see everybody around the nation or whatever.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it as well. Should be a great time. Like I said, the Affiliate Nation, you always come balling out. You always come ready to go. You all bring the intensity. You bring the energy. And I really think you guys while we're not saying much hype right now about AFN, there's always the potential with the affiliate nation. Never count them out.
Kind of like he said, they're not really the cult. They're not really heading in there.
But anyways, Tay, thank you for joining us tonight. You got anything else in mind?
Nah, I'm gonna see everybody next week. Everybody just have a safe travel. And I'm gonna see everybody.
All right, Tay. We look forward to seeing you next week.
All right.
Down there.
All right. Tay Sosa joining us
South.
as we transition now to Maffle. And I'll tell you, Maffle this year, they're representing with Rideout, Dream, Team Petty, Blackhawks. You can argue a half a team there with the WAC Rebels playing for BC Elite or Elite Rebels. Sorry, make sure that's the right name now. But joining us right at this time is the quarterback for the Blackhawks, who give a lot of credit. One hell of a comeback in that Maffle championship game between Blackhawks and WAC Rebels. It was 14-0 at the end of the third before Tommy Lightfoot and company rallied back. They took the lead. They won the game in overtime. Tommy, thank you for joining us. We start off talking about that Maffle championship, man. Your memories of that game.
That was a great game, man. Definitely a great game. One that I always will remember. That's for certain. We got behind a little bit at the beginning. They were taking advantage of some matchups on their offense, our defense, and then we were sputtering a little bit on the offensive side. And then we just made some adjustments at halftime, and then played Blackhawks football second half, and listened to one of the star receivers. He let me know what he had, and we just went to it.
Yeah, you guys absolutely balled out in that fourth quarter. What a turnaround. What a comeback. I've said it for the longest time. You don't sleep on the Blackhawks. We learned that lesson very well at York, right, Ross? Yeah, don't sleep on them in that second half.
Yeah, that was a good game too. Yeah, I think sometimes, we got a lot of older guys, man. We have to warm up sometimes.
That's the thing. People forget it's a 48-minute game. Anything can happen. Anything can change. It ain't about how you start. It's how you finish in the end.
Absolutely. Yep.
Otherwise,
yeah.
Go on, Tom. My bad.
No, I was going to say we're looking like we're full strength for nationals, so I'm excited about that, man. Because I know when we went up to York, we were like 50% strength, and we're pretty upset with the results because of that.
Yeah, and you guys weren't doing bad in York actually before that. You had scored a win on AFN back in day one. A nice little Maffle matchup we got up in York. I can't remember your other result. I think who did you all play in day one as well?
We play Aftermath.
Aftermath. Okay, yeah, tough draw.
Yeah,
nice draw though. It's a good opponent to get.
Yeah, so we're AFN, Aftermath, and Bias. So we had some good competition there, which we don't shy away from. But we had like 16 guys, man. So we didn't have anyone in the trenches and people playing both ways.
That game against Bias on Sunday, they had I think 8 guys on the field.
Yeah, it was like an 8 a.m. game, right? We barely had enough to get started.
Yeah.
So we're using that momentum from the Maffle championship, and we have 30 plus guys going to nationals, man. So we'll be on your list. We noticed we weren't on your list. We'll be on there.
See, that's the thing. I wasn't sure what Blackhawks we were going to get because, I know some of the pieces you had in the Maffle championship game. Deshaun, Ron Ross. We won't find them on the Blackhawks sideline, obviously, for this tournament. But, the other key pieces you guys have, we will. So that was the thing I was a little concerned about. Could you guys make the trip to Florida? Because, York's not very far from down in the area, and we saw what happened in York.
we just had conflicts that weekend, man. You know, my center wasn't there. That's where it starts with Big Enoch. But we have from the MAFL championship that you watched, all except for 3 of those guys are going to the nationals. But we also have about 8 others that weren't there for the playoffs that are going. In addition to a handful of guys from one of the teams that didn't fill the team this year that normally is there. A handful of those guys will be helping us out as well. I had to keep that surprise for nationals.
Gotcha. Your thoughts going in with your opponents beginning 8 a.m. Friday morning. You got the Rhode Island Spartans.
I don't know why we keep getting these 8 a.m. games. That sucks. But I don't know a lot about the Spartans, man. What do you know about them? I know Rhode Island teams are always, competitive and tough, but I don't know much about them.
I got a glimpse of them last year, but I can't say it's enough to make an assessment on them from my end. I did have a game that I shot. I think it was 148 Outlaws, Rhode Island Spartans. That's on my Blunt Talk Media page. If you are looking for a reference, that's the only thing I could think of was that one game though I did.
Okay, yeah. Other than that, as long as we play our ball, man, we're confident in what we can do. But I'm gonna have to check out that video that you mentioned because I don't have any information. They're one of the few teams I have zero information about.
At this point, you can put in any team name in that Blunt Talk Media page search, and you're gonna find a lot of footage.
Right. No, I appreciate that too. You're doing not just a great job of covering a lot of teams, but the commentary and putting the score up there and all that stuff. That's all good stuff.
Thank you. I'm glad to help continuing to grow the game. I do it for the guys like you. You've been around the game for a while, man, and you've all put in the work. Like guys like you and everybody else who've been around for years deserve that kind of recognition. Yeah, man, long time. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Wish we would have had you around many years ago, but we'll take it. We'll take it now. It's cool.
Looking at your schedule a little more, you got No Excuses at 9:15. The Miami team, who supposedly does have film somewhere. I think St. Louis said they found film of them.
They found film.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find that out too. All I know about Miami teams is they usually come with some athletes. They have some speed usually. So that's all I usually know about them.
There's a reason why like the Miami Hurricanes were so dominant in college football back in the day. There's so much talent in that area.
Facts.
Just in one block alone.
Facts. Yeah.
You also take a look at your other opponent, NTB Wolfpack, last year's runner-up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've actually, that's one of the teams we played twice already in previous years. And it's always a battle, always a close game, physical game, a lot of trash talking. So we're familiar with them and know that that'll be a great game. So we want to make sure that we jump out early on Friday, knowing that that's going to be a battle on Saturday because 16 out of 26 make it. We fully intend on being part of that 16.
And I hope to get a chance to see you guys Sunday over at the Northeast Regional Park Field. That'll be the day I'll be there. Looking forward to that event, as well as seeing what the Blackhawks can do in this tournament. Love watching you guys. Much respect for this squad. You guys are definitely one of those teams to keep an eye on, no matter what my rankings say.
Right. For us, it's all about who's there, man. If we're full strength, we're ready to rock against anybody.
And we're ready to see just what you guys could do this coming Nationals next Friday, 8 a.m. Blackhawks, Rhode Island Spartans. We look forward to it. Any final words tonight, Tommy?
Nah, man. Just everyone, be safe going down there, and let's keep the virus away from our football, man, and let's have fun. Have a great tournament.
I'm looking forward to a great time indeed. Next week, Friday morning, Northeast Regional Park. We'll have predictions on the B bracket next week. Till then, tomorrow night we'll be back again for the A bracket show. But for tonight, we're done. We're just about through. Tommy, thank you for joining us. thank you.
I
everyone,
appreciate
for
you having me
joining
on,
us.
man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate shout out to Skinny, Preston, Deuce, Dallas, TJ, Tay, and of course Tommy Lightfoot. So till tomorrow night, I'm Joey Blaze with Ross Collins.
National.
Can't wait for it. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. for A Bracket Media Night.
I bet, man. Have a good night, man.
You too.